Well over a month into our stay-at-home lives in our area, and many parents are concerned about what they should and shouldn't say to their kids about this pandemic crisis. Although it was done before the crisis hit, a new study provides some interesting answers, and our clinical psychologist, Dr. Jeffrey Gardier, is eager to discuss it. All right, Doc, let's get right to the research. What does it tell you?
Well, the research was recently done by Washington State University, and it was published in the Journal of Family Psychology, and it suggests that during a crisis like the one we're experiencing now, as parents, when we try to suppress our parental emotions and then try to falsely reassure our kids that everything is okay in an attempt to protect them from that emotional distress, that can backfire. And instead, it created a sense of emotional disconnection and also triggered a stress response in the kids. So it actually made the kids worse when we didn't tell them the truth, Bill.
Coping skills and reality, and sometimes giving it to them straight, is exactly how you ought to deal with young kids.
That's right. Instead of trying to rein in all of our emotions and not being truthful with them, and the kids are understanding that, hey, the more out of control we are as parents, the more we have the impulse to reassure our kids falsely. Well, what we should be doing is trying to regulate how we feel, but also validating their feelings if they're nervous, listening to what they have to say, but at the same time being truthful with them, of course, using language that is appropriate to their age.
Do you think what may come out of this, one of the positives of this crisis, is that kids may develop better coping skills? And if so, what kind of language would you recommend? Let's take those grade school kids, 6 to 12.
I think it's important that out of this pandemic that we all improve emotionally, behaviorally as a society, and therefore there are valuable lessons for our kids to learn. So if we're dealing with this age range from 6 to 12, we need to use the language they understand. We need to be careful. We need to, follow certain sorts of parameters, such as social distancing, and showing them what social distancing is instead of just trying to explain it or breaking it down in that way. The more we teach with behavior, the more the kids will understand intellectually.
Okay, thank you, Doc.